Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Serial, and today we got a massive amount of news on MW 2 and Warzone 2 in Season 1. So I'm going to be breaking that down. So please drop us up. I'm going to be making banger videos for Call of Duty MW 2 and Warzone all year long, probably for the next 2 years, since we'll have this game for 2 years. Loadouts, just montages. I make funny shorts. So please, like I said, drop us up. We're going to break down some of this news. We've got a rank up system, new Warzone, new Gulag, just a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm excited to get into it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a thumbs up in the comments so other people can see this. Let's get into it. I'm going to be hitting the high points, but if you guys want to go through in detail and look at all this information, I will link that in the description below. So, like I said, I'm going to hit the high points. If you want to read it note for note in all of its entirety, I'm going to link it down below. Let's get started. So, first off, if you look here, a new era begins. This is the roadmap for Season 1. They hit the high points on the pictures. We've got a new map coming, which is Warzone. We've got the new game mode, which there's more information down below on, which I'm excited to try out. You can play with friends. It's DMZ. It's kind of like there's another game out, and I'm blanking on the name of it right now, and I know it'll hit me here in a second, but there's another game where you kind of like go in with friends and try to exfil, but basically in this mode, you work your way through with friends, and there'll be AI and other actual people, and you can team up with them or not, but you're going to be retrieving items, trophies, and just working your way through to an extraction point. So I'm really looking forward to that. A little change up from Warzone, something else we can play. We got a new Gulag system, which some people are fans of, some people aren't. There's a robot in there that if you destroy, you respawn, and you can choose to, again, pair up with people in this new Gulag or go against them all. Personally, I think we should all just work together and just take out the robot. It's just better that way, less annoying. But, people be trolling. We got new vehicles coming. There's, you're going to be able to shoot underwater this year for the final zones. And when zones get smaller, there's a random chance for there to be 3 smaller circles or 2 smaller circles, or there's the traditional just 1 smaller circle. So that'll be a cool dynamic if you get 3 zones and have to split up. And maybe even you and your teammates get separated in different zones, and you got to try to wait to get back together. So there's some cool stuff there. You're going to be able to interrogate down people, which we'll have to watch out for people like baiting their teammates or, just kind of using them to get you to interrogate them and then just killing you. But that'll be cool. It's kind of like Fortnite. I know people said like Rainbow Six Siege just had that before too. So we've got that. There's some new game modes coming. I believe it's called Raid. We've got CDL Mosh Pit, some co-op missions, new maps, the Battle Pass system. So a big thing with the Battle Pass system, and I think they go into it in further detail down below, so I'll readdress this. But it kind of works like a Fortnite Battle Pass that they changed up to where instead of just a linear 1x1 down a row, it's kind of like a tree or a web, and you kind of pick where you want to go. And like the subsection. So if you really want this blueprint, or you really want this operator, or you really want this charm, you can feed your points or whatever it gives you, you earn through that subsection, and then claim that, and then so on, and then work on another one. So that'll be kind of cool. You can kind of go like, oh, I'm going for this operator, and your friend is going for this weapon blueprint. So you can do that as well. And we've got some bundles that'll be coming. We've got Greed. We've got Sloth. There's a pro pack. I think the Honey Badger is coming as well, some operators. And this all drops November 16th. So be looking forward to that. Again, this link will be in the description if you guys want to look at this up close in greater detail. So we'll move on. Again, we're getting Warzone 2. I don't want to butcher the map of the Warzone 2 name. So I'm not going to even try to say it. I'll just call it AI. I think it's AI Mazrah. I think it's Mazrah. I don't want to make it too complicated, but the exact pronunciation I don't exactly know. So I'm excited for that. And this is, it's like a first look out squad in the helicopter. And some of the core maps, they already have said this, but some of the core maps make up the main map. And actually right now people are doing kind of exploits and kind of the mantle jumps that shoot them across some of these maps over barriers. And there's videos out there you can look up that people have explored. Terminal is in the map, and just some other places. I think High Rise, and they've just been walking around the Warzone map outside of map barriers and just checking this out, so you can find those as well. Then moving on, loadouts are not leaving. That's a big one. It was rumored that they were going to leave. They've retweaked it a little bit. but loadouts will still be in the game. I'll read this up. So we're going to have the option now of buying our primary weapon. We've never had that option before, so this will be new. You'll be able to get your primary weapon either from shops. Players can use in-game cash at shops to purchase their primary weapon from their created loadouts. So it'll be interesting to see how that works, and hopefully it's not buggy, because we know how new features can be. Loadouts drop during public events. So again, in the middle of Battle Royale matches, kind of like last year, zones would get smaller, loadouts would drop. And then they have strongholds and black sites with AI, kind of, again, how Fortnite has AI and different things set up at different places that you can buy stuff from or fight and challenge for their high tier loot. So similar working than that. Players can earn their loadout in an early game as a reward for clearing a stronghold or a black site. So I think it's nice that there's different opportunities to get loadouts and your primary gun just besides straight up cash. So it just doesn't turn into a land and run around and just hunting for money. So it's kind of cool that you can just, fight a black site or a stronghold off the rip of a game and kind of get that. And also something I did see about buy stations is that buy stations now have a limited supply of certain things, whether it's a UAV or armor plates, whatever it is. It's not an unlimited thing now. There's a set cap per buy station. We'll see if they tweak that, increase numbers, decrease numbers, or completely go away from that. But to start, it'll be a set price. So if you show up to a buy station and won't let you buy something, that's why. All right, moving on. Looting mechanics. So Battle Royale remained traditional new backpack system in DMZ. That backpack system in DMZ, I believe, works similar to Blackout, and it sounds like Warzone is going to be traditional. Let's read. Warzone 2 will implement a new backpack system, fully integrated DMZ, and streamlined for Battle Royale modes. In Battle Royale, like previous Warzone, supply boxes will throw out items to pick up. Gotcha. So when a player interacts with any other loot container, such as duffel bag, medical case, they will function with the loot menu. So it'll be traditional how it was in Warzone, but then there'll also be some implements that are kind of like Blackout, if you guys played that, where you open it up and there's like a list of things in there and you can click on what you want. And then the new Gulag, like I talked about up there. So after Next, the new Gulag received some changes over the past 2 months while still being grounded within a traditional Warzone experience. The Gulag will be a 2v2 environment where it'll randomly pair duos who must coordinate to take down their opposition. All players will receive a predefined loadout at launch. This will be a pistol or a shotgun, lethal grenade, tactical grenade, with highly effective weaponry and gear placed towards the map's center. The Gulag will also include a jailer who will appear in the middle of the match to help speed up combat. Defeating the jailer will return all 4 Gulag prisoners back into the Battle Royale, which offers a dilemma. Do both duos agree to wait and fight this powerful enemy together, or does one get greedy and try to go for the elimination victory? That's what I was saying. It's a lot better if all 4 people just work together in terms of, not being toxic. But how you're going to, unless there's proximity chat and you can talk in the Gulag, I don't know how realistically that would happen. But it would be cool to see the community kind of come together and loosely agree, to try to just get back into the game, because why not? And it's just more kills you can get in the game if you wait. Instead of traditional overtime mechanics, if neither team nor the jailer is eliminated after a brief period of time, all 4 operators lose. That kind of sounds like an L in my opinion, because if you're fighting the jailer and you haven't defeated it yet and none of you have died, you all 4 just kind of lose and you're all 4 out. I don't know. I like the idea of a new Gulag, not just being a straight up 1v1 in a tiny little map, but all 4 people losing, I don't know. I'm not big on that, me personally, but we'll see how it plays out. We talked about AI combatants at strongholds and black sites and gulags. There will be some CPU, some AI to fight, get their loot, get your loadout. So we'll see how that plays out as well. Again, it's already in Fortnite. I feel like it's been, it's an okay feature in Fortnite. So we'll see how it is in Warzone. Additional new features, you can fight in the water. There'll be some new vehicles, and then fuel mechanic. So there's also proximity chat, circle collapse, which we talked about, that they'll be randomly, and like it says, random each match, random. So it could be one zone, it could be two zones, it could be three. So it's just completely random, which I do like. We'll see how random it actually is. It might be a weighted kind of random type of feature. Proximity chat, we'll see how proximity chat goes. Some language in COD can be way over the top, but we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I think it'll be a lot of fun if used the right way. No racism, but we'll see. A simulation in squad-based DMZ modes, as well as big special Royale playlist. You have the choice to join up with enemy operators and form a larger squad. So I guess maybe if you're fighting at a black site, there's a kind of the option to join up with a larger squad, kind of group up. Like I said, we talked about interrogation. You can now interrogate down teammates and see where other people are. We'll see how that plays out. And there's the heavy chopper and Hummer. So we'll see how hard it is to take out a heavy chopper. Now, I'm not going to go through all the vehicles. If you want to look through them, you can. But we've got our traditional ATVs. We've got our cargo trucks. We've got the light heavy. We've got the heavy. We've got the light helo. We've got the heavy chopper. And yeah, if you guys want to take a look at all these, there's fueling stations. No more unlimited fuel source. Again, very similar to the feel of Fortnite. Not unlimited fuel. You can't just drive around for forever, which kind of limits, people just staying in a truck the whole entire game or a helicopter, which kind of makes sense. I kind of did like that about Warzone. But again, we'll see how some of these new mechanic plays. You want to switch it up. You don't want to keep everything the same. I talked about the buy stations, everything. There's a limited quantity, so we'll see how that plays out as well. DMZ, I'm really looking forward to. Again, I'll read off the exact thing, and I brushed on it above. In addition to traditional Warzone modes, Battle Royale, solos, duos, trios, and quads, Warzone 2.0 will launch with a brand new experience known as DMZ. DMZ is an open-world, narrative-focused extraction mode where operator squads have free reign to complete faction-based missions. Take on additional side objectives, engage with enemy operators or AI combatants, and search for valuable items, all while fighting to survive towards exfiltration. Expect a tactical overview in this mode closer to its launch next week. So we're going to get a lot bigger breakdown on this, which, we'll definitely need for a newer mode. So I'll probably make a video breaking down that as well. They're also going to bring in a third-person mode into Warzone. So we'll see how that plays and looks this year in terms of bugginess and smoothness. Caldera, they're removing all the small rebirth maps. And I believe that they said, look forward to this year, Warzone 2.0. They're going to add in new small maps, so I'm looking forward to that. Caldera is going to be the only map. I don't anticipate anyone playing that because Call of Duty, forgive me. I know you spent time making that, but it was awful. Awful. If they would have had a month beta test for everyone to play and check out the map and really get into it, it was bad. It was, everyone in the community knows it was bad. Everyone's not going to play this. I would just suggest uninstalling it for the space and not having it on your system or device. It's just a bad map. It's just a waste of memory. Again, Call of Duty, I'm sorry if you ever see this video. If I ever blow up and anyone ever clips it, I love you guys. I love Call of Duty. I've played every Call of Duty, but Caldera, that was just a waste of your guys' time and ours. All right, moving on. Again, Caldera is going to be the main focus. Nothing is going to be connected from Caldera Warzone 1 to Warzone 2 except for COD points. That's it. So if you didn't know, they've talked about it a ton. The community's talked about it. Nothing's going to be connected. They're adding some new maps to it. This is a little MW2 breakdown. Shoe House is coming. Shipment is coming, and Shipment is going to be reimagined, and it's going to be actually on a giant boat. So it'll be kind of cool to see, have water around you the whole time. And that's kind of it for this breakdown. Again, I'll link this whole thing. It's coming mid-season for Shipment. Shoe House, I believe, is coming at launch, so that'll be cool. Kind of help with that camo grind, XP grind. And then we've got some CDL stuff coming up if you're a CDL player. I'll link this in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for Warzone 2. Again, if you want to play some Warzone with me, my Twitch link's in the description. Come play anytime.